Hey everybody, welcome back to Hidden Springs. I'm Russell here with a beautiful day in northern Utah, and today I'm excited to share with you a build out that we've done in our camping trailer using a number of different products, but the main feature is some EcoFlow products. About a year and a half ago we purchased an open range fifth wheel travel trailer. It was one that was on the lot. We didn't have it built for us. And it came with a residential refrigerator. At the time of purchasing the trailer, I wasn't excited about the residential refrigerator, but as time has gone on, it's encouraged us to do this build out that now I would put on any travel trailer with a residential refrigerator or not. It really has been awesome. We're super happy with it. I've posted on some different Facebook groups. I'm pretty active in a couple of the EcoFlow Facebook groups, and people have asked about this, and so I thought I would share what we have done. So here in this picture you'll see what the wiring looked like to begin with on this trailer. So the first step was to improve that. I pulled everything out. This trailer has the J-Command travel link by BM Pro. So the first thing we wanted to do was to fix the wiring. So I unattached all of the components that came with the trailer, the J-Command travel link, as well as the one control for the leveling, and pulled that off of the wall. And then I installed a new backer panel that attaches, this is the backside of the stairway going up to the bedroom. And then I drilled some holes here and disconnected each wire individually from this main controller here, ran it behind where I wanted it to run, brought it out through the hole, and then connected it back to the controller. That way I was able to make sure that nothing got put in the wrong spot. And then once all the wires were then coming through the holes that we have here, then I was able to attach this to that new backer panel. So that was step one, and just made it look nice, but then it also gave me a spot here where I could mount all of this other stuff. So what I started out with was taking the shore power that is this line down here that comes from the back corner of the trailer and intercepted that. And so instead of that running right to the high voltage circuit breaker panel inside the trailer, I pulled that out and ran it down here so that I could put it in this Watchdog surge protector. So as you can see, then power from the Watchdog runs up to the shore power side of the transfer switch. And then up here at the top, you can see the exit of wire and runs up to the circuit panel inside the trailer. So let's keep going with this build and what we did that was a little unique. So here on the right side of this transfer switch, we have the generator connection. That generator connection, you can see there's a black cord that goes down, and it's a 25-foot cord that is coiled up back here, but it actually is, the end of the cord is this green plug that plugs into our EcoFlow battery. That provides 240 volt power to the travel trailer. And so when it's turned on, then it will come up to the generator inlet, and then it will power the entire trailer with 240 volt 30 amp power. This EcoFlow device is the Delta Pro 3. It has been phenomenal. It's morning time, and that, as you can see, the percentage of that unit is at 55%, And right now it's running a residential fridge that's on the inside, medium-sized beverage fridge in the outdoor kitchen, and it's running the converter that is keeping the batteries charged up. So since last night when the solar turned off and was not charging this unit anymore, it has sustained the trailer all night and has used 45% of the battery. And so really cool thing. The ways you can charge this EcoFlow is a number of different ways, but I've already mentioned solar. On top of the roof here, we've got 800 watts of solar panels. And also here coiled up, I've got set up just a temporary panel here on a frame that is pointed out towards the sun. And just because I had this, I don't always use it, but here at our house where we've got the trailer just kind of stored, it works good and helps to charge that EcoFlow up quicker than with just the 800 on the roof. So that portable panel is 400, so there's a total of 1200 watts of solar here that is connected right now to the Delta Pro 3. Another way to charge it up is through a DC connection to an EcoFlow smart generator. And that's what this cable is here. And so this cable runs all the way to the back side of the Delta Pro 3. And it's coiled up here. I can pull it out of the trailer, and you can see it's a little dirty because when I pull it out, run it along the ground, I run it through the grommet here and run it over to the smart generator. That smart generator is awesome. It communicates with this Delta Pro 3, and using the app I can adjust the settings, and depending on what I set it at, this Delta Pro 3 will communicate to the smart generator that runs on either gasoline or propane, and it will turn the generator on as needed. So whether or not we're there at the trailer, if we've gone out on a bike ride or a hike, then it will still kick the generator on. It's a 4,000 watt generator, and that's a peak, and so 100% is 3,200 watts, and so 2,400 to 2,800 is a comfortable long-term running output for that. And the other way that this Delta Pro 3 can be charged is just by a typical AC outlet. And so that is this next part here that we installed to work specifically with this Delta Pro 3. The outlet there is powered from the trailer out of the circuit panel and comes to here. This is plugged in and then plugged into the back of the Delta Pro 3. And so, we can leave it plugged in because of the unique way that we wired this up. Right now the trailer is being powered by the Delta Pro 3. And so at that point, you don't want to be charging the Delta Pro from the power that the Delta Pro is generating. And so this outlet here, we put it on a contact so that it only turns on when the transfer switch is on shore power. So right now, where the transfer switch is on the generator running off of the Delta Pro 3, then this outlet is dead because this white wire that connects the shore power to the contact that's in this box, and that is now off, and so this outlet is dead. But as soon as we switch if we were to switch the Delta Pro off, and I'll do that. Now, this transfer switch just kicked over to shore power, white color here because it likes the power. And if we look over here, we can see that on the left side of this screen over here, the Delta Pro 3 is now charging at 500 watts. I can set that to be anything from, I think from 500, 400 or 500 up to 1800 watts. I'm just running off a little extension cord is what I've got shore power plugged into. So I brought that down to not overload that extension cord. Now this outlet is hot because this contact here is closed from the signal from this white wire into that contact, and so power flows from, in this yellow cord, from the circuit panel inside through the contact and down to this outlet, and then charges the Delta Pro 3. So I don't have to get into this compartment very often, just to get this cord if I need it to run off of the smart generator. Other than that, it's a really self-sustaining setup. I have it on an app on my phone that is super intuitive, and we love that. You can set up automations on this Delta Pro 3. You can go to historical data to see how much solar it has used or has been generated, how much power it's used throughout each day, and there are different savings modes and things like that. So if you were trying to power a house or something along those lines, they are super versatile. I have loved this system. And here I'm going to turn the Delta Pro back on, and after about 20 seconds it will click back over to it'll turn on the Delta Pro, it'll leave the shore power, which then the charging will automatically stop. That takes a few seconds, you'll hear the click, and then you'll see the charging on the left stop and the output on the right start. So just like that, charging stopped, output started, and now it's putting out 81 watts of power. It's at 55%. You can see it, if all of these conditions remain, it can do that for 19 more hours, as you see in the top of the circle. That's how we camp. We've also installed 2 soft starts, or at least 1 soft start on each of the 2 air conditioners. And so we're able to we're able to run both of those AC units off of this Delta Pro here. I can kick both of those on. Now granted, it's only going to last for probably about an hour and 45 minutes doing that, but just that's important to point out, because if we were camping on the smart generator, then that smart generator has the ability to produce enough power to sustain while both air conditioners are running. Now that generator is going to stay running at 2400 watts for the duration of the day, or most of it, but as those air conditioners reach temperature inside the coach and turn off, then the Delta Pro will be charged, and eventually the generator will be able to turn off. And that all happens automatically based on the settings. So it has been a great system for us. We've really enjoyed it, and I'm happy to share this with you guys so that you can see the things that we've done, and maybe that'll spur on some thoughts of your own.